What's happening, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for Friday, December 4th, 2020. Brian here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Woo! Well, we finished up the last oppositions we're going to see with the moon, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn in our lives. So I'd say pat yourself on the back. Like, we've had to go through a lot emotionally when we have Cancer moons every lunar cycle. So that's moving on. And we're going to start having, as this moon in Leo today, this is kind of like a precursor to the next year where we're going to have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius opposing the moon in Leo. So we're kind of coming into that space here. Let's take a look at the chart of today. Well, we do get this fire trine, right, with this moon here in Leo. So there's definitely a lot of courage that needs to be on display. I would say today is very much a day of stepping into that power within yourself, stepping into what you can create, what you can do, what you can go after, and to not be afraid to just go do it in any aspect in your life. That moon's going to trine over to Mercury. Mercury is going to trine Chiron. Grand fire trine with Chiron in the mix. So this is really having us get to the bottom and understand the healing that we've done, and to know that we have to be in our heart. If you're not in your heart right now, you're likely in a weird place. You're likely being spelled by this Neptune. You're likely in some sort of delusionment of what should be going on in your life, and you're scared, right? There's a fear. So this is a day to step into that fire energy, have no fear, express yourself, and to not hold back. And to realize, like, really pat yourself on the back. I think that's why that came up first when I started this, was because with Chiron here, it's like we're going through this long Chiron transit in Aries, where we really have to understand who we are and to not like beat ourselves up, to be in our own truth. And it's almost like whatever it is, we just have to own it. And that's the healing. The more you can step into yourself and own it, the better you're going to feel. But if you look at yourself in some weird light, you're not going to have the courage to go out and put, the creative aspects into life to create what you need. And I think we have to understand that, especially with this detriment Mercury here. And we can look at the scores, right? We have Mercury -4, the moon, because of placement's -5, because it's actually in square to Uranus. So the moon's going through, some interesting times here. And of course, look at Jupiter, -9, Saturn +7, +5. Venus is actually in detriment too, but holding it together. So, but we have a sun at +3, getting close to the south node. And also, I don't talk about this much, but if we stop here at Pluto, like, you can see that Uranus is the only retrograde planet. So everything else is moving. And I think there's a lot about that. Like, we need to move forward in a big way right now. And then we come back to Mars, which is so important for us right now, to realize that what we have is that courage and that ability to drive forward. And we have to understand that deep within ourselves. We have to drive forward with love today, to drive forward with our expression of ourself, and to not hold ourselves back and not be like, complacent with the past. Like, it's time to move forward and create in that sense. 100%. We have to move forward. But it can be a shaky day emotionally because that moon's going to square Uranus in Taurus. So this is shaking up your inner feelings of self-confidence, your inner feelings of like what you value within yourself. Do you value the love that you are? This is a day where we have to accelerate ourselves toward the ultimate love within ourselves. And that's going to bring us the ultimate value. It's going to make us feel the best. But if there's some sort of weird delusionment with Neptune square the nodes, and we're stuck in some weird belief of what the world is, are you going to step into your sovereignty and your power in your own heart that's going to make you feel like you can go out and do whatever you want? It could be a shaky day, definitely, with Uranus in the mix like it is. That moon's also... It's not going to square Venus. It's going to square Venus tomorrow. So we're definitely going to be dealing with a lot more when it comes to this like Friday and Saturday, like are definitely days to let your values come out and to be able to express them in your truest form from your heart, to be able to express and communicate that. And expression's a big deal with Mercury here. But, we could be trying to understand too much in Sagittarius. We got to bring it into that North Node. The Mercury-ruled sign of Gemini, bring that into yourself. Jupiter is so close here to 27 degrees coming out of shadow. Like, again, doors are opening up. We have to remember where we're going. We have to go deep within ourselves. Because Saturn and Jupiter coming into Aquarius, honestly, like, it's going to look like nothing we've ever expected, because that's Aquarius. It's out there. It's not thought of. It's different. It's going to be so different than what we've ever seen before. And 2020 was a prep year that we're closing out here to get you into a state to accept that the world's shaking up right now. Reality's shaking up. And you got to look for your facts in your environment that are going to make it better. And how can you do that? Because again, we're coming up on this eclipse with the sun, the south node squaring Neptune. Like, you either see through what's going on right now and you're able to find the environment, what stimulates you, and find your heart and your passion and your love and the people that are going to connect you on the deepest of levels with Venus in Scorpio, which that Venus is getting ready to make nice aspects to the Capricorn stellium, Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn. So that's great, but guess what Venus is also doing? Quincunxing Mars. If you're not in your value, if you're not finding what you really want to invest yourself in right now, which should be yourself, in all honesty, or people in life that see that you are a positive investment in their life, if there isn't that, like, you got to take some of this fire energy and honestly be a little selfish about your energy. Be a little selfish about where you want to go. Because that's sovereignty, that's power, that's stepping into your truth. And some people, like, there's people here that have our back. Like, there's people here, like, you're going to be a light, and today you're going to know who sees you for your light and who doesn't. And, you're their light for a reason. And that doesn't mean you have to fall back into what they want you to do. It just means that you have to stay true to yourself and be in that ego, that powerful ego of your identity, of what makes you feel connected to something bigger. Because this moon can go through a lot here, honestly. It's going to come up on quincunxes to the Capricorn stellium. It's going to quincunx Neptune. It is going to make some nice trines, but it's trines that are like getting you into the right state of hope within yourself and not looking too far outside yourself. So we're coming into a crazy weekend. So today is a day to step into your power. Things are going to shake up emotionally, but they're going to try and show you your ultimate value. They're going to try and show you the love that you can have, that you can express, that you can feel in life, but it may come in some crazy out of the world Uranian way. And 2021 is going to be a weird year. It's going to be a 5-year. You look at all the 5s in Tarot. You look at 5 in general being Mercury ruled. We're having all these 23-degree new moons. Like, there's so much Mercury. Like, we're going to have to figure a lot out and be smart. But we got to, instead of thinking about things from such a factual, from such a like real harsh reality way, we need to be more factual within ourselves, if that makes sense. To trust what we're feeling. And that's so backwards if you look at like science, right? Science wants everything to be so proven. But we got to find that truth, that knowing within ourselves, to find the facts that make sense to our truth, that connect us to a bigger picture that isn't just so stuck in this world. Because the world is in a weird place. I say that all the time, but it is, and it's not going to just like disappear. Like, this next year is going to be insane. We have Saturn in Capricorn, very strong, or in Aquarius, very strong there. It's going to square Uranus in the home sign, in Taurus, who Uranus is a ruler of Aquarius also. The most out of this world reality is about to play out. So today, this weekend, we have to go really deep inside, find our love, find our heart, let go of wounds, realize how far we've come, realize how much inner work that we have done, and to use that to propel ourselves forward from a heart space place, from a love place, and from a very intuitive place of like what actually makes sense on a universal level that is looking past the illusion of what is going on in the world. Big times. Let's see what the card is. The Knight of Coins reversed. It's going to be such a shaky day that we might not have the courage to find that love and to find what gives us the ultimate value and what values we want to push forward with. But we have to push forward. You have to push forward with the life that you want to create for yourself. No matter how shaky things might get, you got to find that love, find yourself, and move forward. I'm going to roll the dice too. I grabbed them for this. So let's see what the Astro dice have to say. We got Mercury in Scorpio in the 3rd house. We got to figure out our deepest desires of the environment and the stimulation and the twin-like energy that we want, and who's around us, and how much change can we make in the world versus how much change we can understand and make in our own life. And we got to detach from the world. I love that we got Mercury in the 3rd in Scorpio, which Mercury just came out of a retrograde in Scorpio. Like, we had to go deep inside of ourself and understand it mentally to know where we want to be in our environment right now. And if we don't have the courage to step into those values and understand them and feel them, it's going to be things are moving forward very fast from here on out. We're in the thick of eclipse season. We have some crazy energy coming up when the moon enters Virgo on Monday and Tuesday. It's going to make crazy aspects to Neptune and the nodes with a grand cross. There's a lot going on. Today is a day to find your courage, find your power, find yourself. If you have to be selfish for yourself, that's not a bad thing. We have to do what we need to do to feel the power within ourselves and connect to the people that understand that, and to connect to people that we let be in their power. It's about equal power. It's like people are in their power and their sovereignty, and you see that and you respect that. And if people don't respect or see your sovereignty and they want to control you or shame you or guilt trip you for being in your power, red flag. Why is that happening? It's happening to show you that you still are not in your power, and you need to hold on to that, and you don't want to take what they're showing you. I love you all very much. Realize your power. As always, step into it. Be in your truth. Find your heart. Step into your love today and this weekend in a big way. I'll see you for the weekend report. I love you all very much. I hope you have a great day. Peace.